Welcome again. It's on the 27th of April, and we're just going to continue with our language. And yes, my hair is pinned up. It's not cut. It's just pinned up. But I want to go ahead and look at this cumulative review. Remember, cumulative means that we're taking a lot of concepts and kind of reviewing those, not just the one concept, but several concepts. All right. So number one, it says, mark the group of words that is a sentence. And remember, a sentence is complete when it meets 5 special rules. It has a subject and a verb, and it makes perfect sense. It has a capital letter and an end mark. And that's what a sentence is. It has to have all those 5 parts. So let's just look and analyze the family on Sunday. We know the sentence is about a family, and we know when, but we don't know what the family's doing. So it can't be a sentence. The next is, it has no period, for one thing. And so right there, we think it's not a sentence, but it says the family at church on Sunday. Now we know the family is probably at church, but it doesn't really say that. So it's not a sentence. Let's move down to the third one. The family goes to church on Sunday. The other sentences were missing a lot of things, but one of the things that were missing was the verb. Every sentence has to have a verb, and that sentence did not. The only sentence that has a verb is the last one. Fill in that bubble and move down to number 2. Number 2, Mom helps with school lessons. Okay, I know who is helping, and I know what Mom is doing. Helps with school lessons. No, I don't know who's doing that. And school lessons every day, and there is no verb in that sentence. Also, it's missing a period. But the only one that makes sense is the first one. Fill in that bubble. Mom helps with school lessons. The second section. Mark the complete sentence that answers the question. Who was the first president? President George Washington, or George Washington was the first president? Which of those do you think is the full sentence? Who was the first president? Mark your answer and move down to number 4. How many books are on the shelf? 5 books are on the shelf. 5 books on the shelf. Which one of those is a complete sentence? Mark your answer and move down to number 5. Circle 2 verbs. Okay, the words are toy, sing, door, eat. And remember, a verb shows action. So we're looking for 2 action words. Toy, sing, door, eat. Circle 2 of those words and move down to number 6. Jump, talk, car, house. We're looking for 2 action words. Circle them and move down to number 7. Teacher, dog, yell, write. Look for 2 words that you can do. Can you teach her something? Can you dog something? Can you yell at something? Can you write something? 2 words that are doing words. Okay, move down to number 8. Mark the parts of the sentence that need a comma. My mom's birthday, and they have an apostrophe before the S, is on May 6, 2018. Which of those needs a comma? Well, they already have a comma in number 8. And the first one in number 8 is on, doesn't need a comma. So, did you remember that there has to be a comma after the 6 in May 6th, comma, 2018? I hope you remembered that. Move down to number 9. Jack plays with frogs, toads, and bugs. Which of those needs commas or a comma? Okay, mark your answer and turn your paper over. Number 10. Mark the correct form of the word to complete each sentence. Our class packed boxes for the missionaries. Our class packed boxes for the missionaries. How do you spell boxes? Move down to number 11. My father blank me to wash my hands. My father told me to wash my hands. My father told me to wash my hands. Fill in the bubble and move down to number 12. How many blank are on this road? The word is churches, but how do you spell churches? The first way or the second way? Mark the answer and move down to number 13. We're looking at the way the address has been written. Mr. John Watkins, 351 Maple Street, Adams, North Carolina, 24908. Or is it Mrs. Ann Jones, 5 Glen Road, Greenville, Mississippi, 38165? Which of those has the right punctuation? Mark your answer and move down to number 15. It says circle the action part and underline the subject part. And when they mean part, they mean the whole thing. So, the whole thing, not just one word. The little bird hopped on the branch. Okay? First of all, I want to know who hopped on the branch. And that part is going to be underlined. And you're right, it's the little bird. And what did the little bird do? He hopped on the branch, and that part is going to be circled. Move down to number 16. The children played kickball. Who played kickball? And those two words are underlined. And what did the children do? And those two words are circled. Number 17, mark the correct way to write these parts of a letter. Dear Grandma, with a capital D and a small g. Dear Grandma, with 2 capitals and a comma. Dear Grandma, with no capitals and a comma. What do you think is the right way to write a letter? Mark your answer and go down to number 18. The way to close a letter. Would it be your friend, comma, with no capitals? Would it be your friend with a capital Y and no comma? Or would it be your friend with a capital Y and a comma? What is the correct way? Move down to number 19. June 5th, 2018. Capital J and a comma after the 5. Or would it be June, comma, 5, 2018 with no capital and the comma after the June? Or would it be June 5th, 2018 with no commas and no capitals? Which of those is written correctly? Okay, fill in that bubble. Go back and check your paper to be sure you didn't forget anything. Or if I move too fast, be sure you go back and go back and fill in the bubbles. All right, good. That's all. Bye-bye.